Ready.
The decided doubles underway.
It's fair to say it was Roger-Vasselin, of course, more inexperienced compared to his partner at this level, Davis Cup tennis, who looked a little more nervous during that match they played against Ebden and Purcell. The Aussies won that one 5-3 earlier this week. So maybe, as we saw then, there'll be a bit more traffic directed his way early doors.
Yeah, he was actually in tears, wasn't he, at the end of that match?
Yeah, that was a deciding doubles that day, so a lot riding on it.
The only kind of recent history between some of the, or a portion of the pairs, actually was in Florence last year. Mahut and Roger-Vasselin actually beat Koolhof and Skupski in the first round in Florence in the autumn last year. Tidy first volley, wasn't it? Just kept it short and low. A lot of space here, but he was able to create just enough to execute this brilliant forehand return. He committed very early to get the forehand into play. Just running out of room because he very nearly found a way to put that back into play.
I think he might have had a play on it had that advertising board not been there, fearing for his safety as he was hurtling towards that. Seen a few players hurdle those in time to time. Probably not advisable.
One of the best returners out there. That is a beauty. Yeah, he's got some forehand on him, hasn't he?
These kind of strikes will settle you down.
Wimbledon champion, of course, winning his first major in men's doubles this summer. What an occasion.
Advantage, Great Britain.
Evans with a superb return that time. Skupski all over the volley. Combining brilliantly.
Yeah, second opportunity here to get off to a fast start. What a half volley from Mahut.
I mean, he couldn't have hit that return much better, could he? So little court to get that into. Absolutely brilliant. Evans can't believe he's made that. What a first game.
Advantage, France. Game, France.
It's a really impressive game to get through.
First game.
So important, you feel, from their perspective, that they stay on top of things here. I think we saw how lethal the British were as front runners a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, they made a terrific start, didn't they, against the Swiss. Up early in both sets, and difficult pair to catch once they build a head of steam and start growing in confidence. Certainly won't be lacking in energy this evening, intensity, especially Dan Evans. In a way, maybe it's more of an issue for him just to control that level of intensity, enthusiasm that he brings onto a tennis court in big moments.
I suspect that'll be the return that they're going to want to see Mahut hit a fair bit. Single-hander, particularly off the first.
It was the right shot to play, just didn't quite get the required elevation. Get over Mahut, who at 41 years of age is still a pretty good athlete.
Spoke to those within French circles, they would tell you just how hard he's worked to keep himself in this sort of condition to still be out here at his age. And he has left no stone unturned. And turning on the style here.
Yeah, he started terrifically, hasn't he, Nico Mahut? Goodness me. Pick up in that previous game. Beautiful return, and then going up the middle, splitting the Brits. So much of a gap, but it was a fabulous strike.
Once again, the French using the chip lob initially to get themselves into a good position in the rally. And Evans did a fine job.
Yeah, he did. Roger-Vasselin doing everything he possibly could to get involved, get across and find the winning volley, but not to be first time around.
Back-to-back Masters 1000 finals, these two. A couple of years ago now when they teamed up when Ken suffered some illness. Losing out in the final in Miami and Monte Carlo. Been some very good pairs.
Advantage, Great Britain.
Very aggressive returner.
Yes.
Roger-Vasselin, particularly off that backhand side. It's his wife there, Edward Roger-Vasselin. A proud moment for the family.
Let's preserve. Advantage, Great Britain. Game, Great Britain.
14 minutes for the opening couple of games as both teams survive an early scare here.
1 game on.
Very good hold of serve from Evans, and a hold that proved to be important.
Roger-Vasselin representing France.
As tight as we expected it to be so far. Be a late night in Manchester.
Played most of this year with Santiago Gonzalez as Roger-Vasselin. Going to be a formidable team as well. Winning the title in Miami this spring. French President Gilles Moreton. Tough to, if you are going to chip that return, to do it with enough pace to really get it by the net man. Just not able to get enough bite on it.
Game, France.
It's an excellent game
France leads
from Edouard Roger-Vasselin to keep the French ahead here, early stages.
Yeah, some good quality early on, as we might have expected with the, touched on the success that Mahut's had on the doubles court. Just won all 4 of the majors. Tour finals a couple of times with Pierre-Hugues Herbert. Of course, Roger-Vasselin's a Grand Slam champion as well. He won the French with Julien Benneteau a few years ago. And then the Brits with Neal Skupski, world number 3 at the moment in doubles. Wimbledon champion, as Nick mentioned. And Dan Evans as well, when he turns his attention to doubles. You mentioned the 2 Masters finals he reached with Neal, Monte Carlo and Miami. Made another last summer with John Peers in Canada. So it gives you an idea of what Evans is capable of on the doubles court against the best in the world.
Neal Skupski representing Great Britain to serve.
So Neal Skupski, the last to serve of the quartet. Tough to do anything from that far back. Fairly certain they didn't actually lose serve in that match against the Swiss a couple of nights ago, the Brits.
Made an unbelievable start, didn't they? With 3-love up and blink of an eye. Tough to catch after that sort of opening phase.
Deflated Stan Wawrinka, and they just never really got going.
Love 30.
Don't be too surprised if you see Neal Skupski serve and stay back rather than go with the serve and volley. He's used that from time to time. We saw that a couple of days ago.
Yeah, that return actually came a little more central than he thought. Ended up not having enough space for the ball. And a bit of a hole here.
Formulating the plan where Neal will serve and what Dan will do up at the net. Oh, it's gone through him there.
Love 14.
He's got a very good backhand return on him, Nico Mahut. Not afraid to go straight for the net man like he did on this occasion. He's got a good inside-out backhand return as well. He's got options off that wing, and he seems to be striking the ball beautifully so far this evening.
Yeah, and this is not a surface you're going to get a whole lot of bounce out of it either. Coming in at a nice height. There, and he's angry, Roger-Vasselin, that he didn't make a play on it.
15-14.
Going to go with the I formation, been switching it up a fair bit in these early stages. Oh, he's pulled it. He had plenty of time.
3 games to 1.
And maybe too much of it.
Yeah, it's pretty deep in the court, wasn't it? Easy to just miss time though slightly, and that can be the end result, particularly when you break point down. Bit of extra pressure. The French have started well here.
Waited a long time to represent his country. Nico Mahut actually only played when he was 33 years of age for the first time for France in Davis Cup. It was in the 2015 season. And has been a regular largely ever since.
Crucially kept that return nice and low, made the volley difficult.
36.
What a performance from that man. Sustained the quality, didn't he, deep in the third. To give his team a real chance. Tremendous second serve. And it's been a very fine start from the French. They've won 4 of the opening 5 games here.
Yeah, very impressive so far, and I think a nice bonus for Roger-Vasselin, who is the least experienced of the two. So what a great way to start the match. Jumping into a 4-1 lead, and that will help settle him down. Of course, Mahut's been here, done this, bought the t-shirt many times. It's got to be such a bonus for his partner, though, just to take a bit of pressure off, a bit of a cushion, allows him to settle into the match. Of course, it also silences the crowds to a degree as well, doesn't it? It just takes the sting out of the atmosphere, which is good news for the French.
So some work to do for Evans and Skupski here. Serving at 1-4.
Just missed, I think.
Great Britain is challenging the call on the right pass line. The ball was called out.
Is it coming? I think it is coming. Everybody stays patient.
It's been a long day for the Hawkeye crew as well. Let's hope they're still switched on.
Here we go.
Pressure from Roger-Vasselin, wasn't it? Just wonder if Evans saw him there out of the corner of his eye, just forcing that volley to be a little tighter than it might otherwise have been. Oh, he's got it. And again, a fabulous read.
15-13.
Good effort from Mahut just to keep them in the point as well, to react quickly to that volley. Evans perhaps should have done a little bit better with his backhand volley. As you say, good anticipation, just moving to his left.
Just the movement of the French you just feel impacting so much on the Brits right now, isn't it? I felt a couple of nights ago they were the one dictating the terms so often, but not the case here.
Thank you.
French well in control. More break points.
Game France.
Magnificent.
France, 5-1.
They are combining perfectly at the moment and dominating this first set.
Yeah, goodness me, Mahut's playing well, isn't he? Returning brilliantly. That's where it all starts, that sort of point. Get that return away from the net man, get it down low, and then it gives your partner a chance of getting involved up at the nets. What was very, very closely fought opening 2 or 3 games. This has turned into a surprisingly one-sided set.
Let's the services. Finland.
Only lost 1 point when they have made the first serve so far. In fact, they've only lost 3 points in total on serve. 4, excuse me.
Love.
What a contrast this is. A couple of nights ago, the AO Arena is somewhat subdued. French have been at the top of their game.
Game and first set.
Near flawless from Mahut and Roger-Vasselin.
New balls, please.
And it's taken the French to within 1 set of victory and qualification for the last 8 in Malaga.
Yeah, tight start to that set, but it was a masterclass from the French by the time they wrapped it up after 35 minutes or so.
second set.
And for his country today, for a 25th tie, some record. And he's asking
Great Britain to serve.
for a little bit more from this home crowd.
Thank you.
The Brits playing catch-up.
Love.
What a brilliant volley. Just massaged that, didn't he?
Yeah, the kind of volley probably doesn't make the highlights reel, that one, does it? But so clever, beautifully played, just perfect pace, taken the speed out of that one.
Game, Great Britain.
More than a little bit of fortune about that volley. And right now, they'll take anything they can get.
Second set.
Problems defending their second serve, haven't they, over the course of the match so far? So it'll be a welcome relief. I mentioned, of course, earlier on that more than likely, if Britain can turn this around, it'll be either Serbia or Italy. They've gone through. Other nations into the last 8: Finland, the Netherlands, the Czech Republic, Canada. And more than a few surprises this weekend, though, haven't there?
And Australia from this group.
Absolutely. Quite superb, isn't it? Once again, Roger-Vasselin reading the play magnificently.
Cute angle, but he just enough pace on that as well. Make it impossible for Skupski to chase it down.
Love. Love. Game France.
Ouch.
1 game all.
Another very good game on serve, Nick, from Roger-Vasselin, who, of course, a reminder, is new to all this, but looking very comfortable out there, isn't he?
Isn't he just? His father, who played in the early 80s in a French team. And he had a limited playing career for his country, to Christophe, but son really is delivering right now.
Thank you.
Evans recognising he's got a role to play out here in terms of keeping the energy high, the intensity, and the crowd will be able to feed off that. There'll be a bit of back and forth. Has to be part of them turning this match around, especially after the day Dan has had. You know, he's already, what, 2.5 hours on court or so, the most intense tennis you'll play as a professional, this format, these sorts of days.
Yeah, balancing those adrenaline rushes, I suspect quite the challenge.
40 love.
Anyone who saw at the end of his singles win over Artifice, he was going absolutely crazy at the end of that, the energy. He was burning towards the end of that match. Not to mention the celebrations.
Certainly a feeling of somewhat of exhaustion, wasn't there, in the post-match interview as well. Obviously, as you say, how he's used his time over the last 2 or 3 hours.
Because watching's tiring as well, isn't it? When you're part of the team, part of the squad, courtside, that's can be a draining experience.
French working their way back into this game, though. Similar story to the opening game for the Brits in this set.
Game, Great Britain.
Evans clings on, willing himself and his team to get something going out here. They maintain their lead in the second.
It's incredible, isn't it, when you think how close Great Britain have already come today to winning this tie 2-0 with Cam Norrie's narrow defeat to Hugo Humbert, 5-all in the third, a couple of games away at that stage, and maybe that's quite difficult to do as well for Dan and Neal to, you know, be watching that match. Yes, they would have still played the doubles, but it's a very different doubles, isn't it, when Norrie loses that singles.
the microphones are one of the Murray-nators down there to try and really whip the crowd up here.
Time.
That gentleman doing everything he can to make this place loud. It has emptied out a little.
Is that within ITF rules, Nick, giving the crowd the microphone? I think to check the Davis Cup rule book there.
Thank you.
I think it's called using your home advantage, Lee, in any way you can. Turn that Evans used really well against the Swiss was the block lob, wasn't it? Consistently got it over the head of the net man, but hasn't been able to do that so far. Much to his frustration.
Love.
Always chasing him, wasn't it? He
40 love.
really felt like he was going to be set on the ball. It's tough to wipe the smile off Adrian Manarino's face this week, isn't it? Well, a point that in so many ways sums up everything we've seen out here so far. The French have just been able to play such an offensive brand of tennis, haven't they? Given the Brits any time to settle.
No, those couple of breakpoint chances Evans and Skupski had feel like they were an age ago, right at the start of the first set. On the Mahut serve.
Thank you.
Unable to really make any sort of inroads to the French service game since then.
Coach was good.
Oh.
France is challenging the call on the left service line. The ball's
It was a
coming.
very late call. Who had his finger up as well? It's all irrelevant anyway.
Love 15.
Immediately under pressure here. Much wriggle room here, is there? For the British pair. The way the French are serving right now.
France is challenging the call on the left center service line. The ball was called in.
Well, Skupski thinks he's made this. Celebration after this serve, yep.
15.
That's why.
France has 2 challenges remaining.
Just picking a few more first serves as well in set number 2. The British pair. Up in the mid-70s. A cheerleader for his team, asking for a little more noise once more. That's an encouraging move. 4 points in a row for the Brits. And 3 holds.
3 games to 2.
It's a slender lead they hold here in the second. These nations having won the Davis Cup on 10 occasions. As France last winning it in 2018. Brits with that famous win in Ghent over the Belgians. Almost 10 years ago now. The journey Dan Evans has had throughout the course of his career. So many highs and lows. And he really has grown into one of the fiercest competitors consistently. It's not been his best year in singles, despite that win in Washington.
Love.
Able to exert any pressure early in the game, are they? And again, it's the quality of the deliveries right now that are coming down at them that is causing them so many problems. French yet to miss a first serve in this set.
40 love.
And yet to lose a point on serve, so it's 11 out of 11. Had to rely on a single second serve.
Game France. 3 games all.
It'll take some beating if they continue to serve like that.
Prior to this week, they'd actually only played together once this year. But that means a whole lot, of course, having had such a long history. But Roger-Vasselin only playing in Atlanta together this season. Only lost there.
Thank you.
Pressure right back on Evans.
Love.
Be highly aware, of course, that they're yet to win a single point on return yet in this second set. That only makes your own service games a little more pressurised.
Let's service.
Did well, didn't he? Body weight going one way, and the ability to still control that one.
Thank you.
Well, it was about this stage of Dan Evans' singles match that things started to turn, wasn't it? And he'll be hoping that history can repeat itself in the doubles. They're building some momentum, 4-3.
Leon Smith relaying some sort of message to one of the team just off the court. He used some of the expertise available to him as well. Colin Beecher, Mark Hilton, Neal's brother, of course. Andy Murray further along that line as well if he wants to tap into his vast experience.
Yeah, that's not like the happiest of conversations, is it, if we're honest? If he asks for a drink to be sent back.
Time.
We'll see. Leon Smith at the side of the court is orchestrating this crowd, as are the players. Look at this. I've never seen him quite as animated as that. He wants more.
You don't see that often, do you? Captain getting involved in that sort of role. Recognising this is a key stage of the match. just feeling that home advantage not been utilised as much as it could be, largely because of the nature of the first set, right? And French was so good, it was so one-sided in the end that only natural for the fans to go a little bit quiet. Can change very quickly, and they start to realise that the team needs them.
Superb. And that is the first point the Brits have won against the serve in this set.
Yeah, just waited for his opportunity, trading up the line initially until he felt there was enough of a gap. Roger-Vasselin just edging to his right, body weight going in the wrong direction. No way anyone was covering that inside-out forehand.
Let's service.
Put away with authority. And again, Neal Skupski more than playing his part.
Yeah, Roger-Vasselin just getting a little bit in a muddle there, wasn't he? Up at the net, tried to get involved there. Mahut did well to keep the point going and wasn't really in a position to do anything effective with the backhand volley.
Thank you.
Volume turned up once more here in Manchester. Half a chance for the Brits.
The time to find a serve of that quality.
And he's sustained that quality on serve, hasn't he, Lee? Throughout. Accuracy again, and the delivery was just deadly. Magnificent.
4 games old.
We're asked a couple of tough questions in the rally, but Nicola Mahut standing up to it yet again.
Oh, just oozing class, that last point, wasn't it? And that will be extra satisfying after the British team and team captain just trying to whip up the crowd at the start of that service game. So that will feel good, getting that hold despite the noise.
Thank you. 15 love.
Some strong hands from Evans. Ball came at him at pace.
30 love.
Any which way will do.
Yeah, just keeping the left hand on the throat of the racket for a bit of extra stability.
So often the way these days, isn't it? When the guy's camped on top of the net.
Thank you.
Some stretch. And the Brits beginning to race through holds of their own.
New balls, please.
Applying a little more pressure here. They're up 5-4 in the second.
Yeah, hit the nail on the head there, Nick. I think this next service game is going to be very interesting, isn't it? With Roger-Vasselin coming out to serve with a different feel to this set and match all of a sudden. Different kind of noise, different sort of energy coming off the British team. And yes, he's been holding with ease so far, but not in this sort of situation. Let's see how he gets on at 4-5.
Let's not forget the win that these boys had in Colombia at the start of the year. Of course, against Cabal and Farah. That really provided a platform for victory over in South America back in February to get them to this position.
Thank you. Ready for play.
So Roger-Vasselin serving with new balls to stay in the second set. Well, Evans went very early to get the forehand into play and made the most of it.
Thank you.
Evans thinking twice about challenging, but deciding against it. We're hearing it was good. It's a good decision. Caught 11 millimeters of the line. That's good serving. Making good use of the new balls all of a sudden.
This is optimistic. I think
The ball solid.
Without harbouring the point, they've only missed 2 first serves in this entire set, the French.
Game France. 5 games all.
Roger-Vasselin doing a fine job, having lost that opening point. Kept his composure impressively. Believe it, Evans did so well in the early part of the rally here. A couple you feel should have gone away from a British perspective.
Yeah, that was the one, wasn't it? A high forehand volley that Evans had, just didn't get anything on it. Good hustle from the French. This is how it ended.
Evans knows he should have done a little better. He's given absolutely everything this weekend.
Thank you.
That serve had some bite to it, and it had some turn, crucially, to just rush Mahut.
They do win this match. Evans is going to need about 3 weeks off after today. He is getting every last drop of energy. What must be a tired body by this stage.
That's a super game, though. Clinging on and still in front. We're a game away from a second set breaker here. Well, the MC here doing her bit once again to make this a cauldron. It's been a record-breaking day in Manchester, the largest ever home crowd for a British Davis Cup tie. Thinned out a little, and those that are still here clinging onto some hope.
Thank you. Oh. 15 love.
There's a whisker away.
It's going to be interesting to see whether the quality of the serving they've produced in this second set is carried over to the breaker, and whether that's a deciding factor. It sometimes is. Sometimes look at those sorts of numbers going into a tie-break. Who's been more effective behind their own serve? Although neither team has generated a break point in this second set.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Well, trying a bit of everything. Even throwing in tweener here. A shot that was, but Mahut was ready.
How well did this work out as well? He almost got it to drop below the height of the net. He did, in fact.
Very good closing volley, wasn't it, in the end? Look at that.
Exceptional. Hasn't been able to get enough of looks at those throughout the course of the hour and 22. Serve just a little too central. Punished.
Game front. 6 games all, tiebreak. Both teams receive an additional challenge.
109 mile-an-hour second serve from the 41-year-old. Evans, unsurprisingly, surprised by the quality of it.
Thank you.
A tie-break that the Brits simply have to win.
Absolutely brilliant. Made his mind up early.
France.
What a start.
That's some response, though. And it all started with a sensational return.
1-all.
Yeah, Mahut doing everything he could to stay in the point as long as he could, but British pair combining brilliantly. Evans so alert with that first volley.
Thank you.
It's dropped in. Again, the commitment early to get the forehand moving. And in just about the nick of time, he's found it.
I mean, look at that. He had so much work to do to create enough space to even attempt that forehand. Might just be the little bit of magic to get them going in this breaker. Get the crowd going too.
Great Britain are challenging the call on the left service line. The ball's called out.
And both French players seem fairly certain this is missed. Yep.
Tie-break here so far, completely against the grain of the set as a whole. And you can see what Evans thought of it. 4 straight points won by the returners.
Great Britain.
Evans asking for a bit more noise again.
Thank you. Please, ready for play. Please. Great Britain.
Good discipline there. Didn't try to do anything outrageous. Just focused on getting a clean hit, getting it down low. Pace too much for Mahut.
Switch ends with a little bit of daylight between the two pairs.
Thank you. 3, Great Britain.
Neal Skupski employing that favourite serve of his to good effect.
Thank you.
The Brits 2 points away and taking this doubles the distance. Brilliant strike. Roger-Vasselin committed, and Skupski found the room.
So quick to see it, wasn't he? Just a little bit of extra space, and the execution perfect. What a breaker they've played.
Thank you. Please.
Three set points for Evans and Skupski.
For Great Britain.
It's long.
In the second set, Great Britain, 7-6.
And the Brits have got liftoff in Manchester once again. A place in the last 8 in Malaga will come down to a one-set shootout here in Manchester.
What a week. What a week of Davis Cup tennis we've enjoyed. I don't think I've ever seen a player sprint as quickly as that to his change of ends, as the speed at which Dan Evans set off for the team bench after that final forehand drop long. I wondered whether the quality of the serving of the French throughout that set would make the difference in the breaker, but as you said early on, Nick, very different story once the shootout got underway. Evans and Skupski rewarded for just hanging in that set for so long. They were getting no joy whatsoever on return, kept believing, got themselves into a breaker and turned on the style, and maybe with the momentum now, maybe the favourites to come through this after all.
Final sets. France to serve.
Well, Neil Diamond's had a good workout this week, hasn't he, as well? Sweet Caroline for the umpteenth time.
Thank you. Ready for play.
Ringing out inside the AO Arena. Nicolas Mahut will begin this third set. Oh my goodness! How has Evans kept this point alive?
What a start to this final set. So things
Thank you.
couldn't get any more dramatic. Incredible athleticism, anticipation.
Just having a look there as the weather. Roger-Vasselin leant over the net, asking the question of Mirjana Veljovic.
Third TPT.
Oh,
It was close, wasn't it?
very.
Chair umpire having to make a split-second decision. We had new review technology in operation at the US Open for those sorts of calls across 5 of the courts.
It actually came into play a lot more in the doubles, didn't it, at the US Open? Somewhat shaky from Roger-Vasselin. He's taking too big a cut at that one.
Done well, haven't they, after that opening point of the game. Kept it together nicely, combining again beautifully.
Game France. First game, final
And the
serve.
volume of first serves he's made when required. Highly impressive. Little, so often the premier cheerleader in his team on the bench, and has brought so much passion through Leon Smith's reign.
Love 15. 15-all.
Makes up for the double faults in style. It's going to be such a tough set and match and tie to lose, isn't it, this emotionally? For whoever does eventually finish on the losing team. So much into it, both sides today.
30-15.
Great first volley this was, wasn't it? Second one pushing his opponent deeper, getting into more of a defensive lob.
Plan worked beautifully that time.
40-15.
Communication before the serve. Deciding where Evans would go with in terms of the direction and what Skupski would do, and one step ahead that time.
Game, Great Britain. 1 game all.
The danger can often be, of course, when you have a round-robin format, that things can peter out at the weekend, but definitely not the case here in Manchester. The last drop of tennis, it is still all to play for here. It's been such a competitive group. The Swiss may have fallen away somewhat, but they certainly made their mark in the first couple of days.
Love 15.
One of the very first times he's actually really got hold of the rolled return backhand and actually got it cleanly.
What a reaction. Knew as soon as this had left his strings that he'd produced a clean winner. Sort of return game so far that can win you these kinds of matches. There's not going to be much in it in this deciding set.
Thank you.
Roger-Vasselin under the spotlight right now.
$15-30.
Well with that forehand, Roger-Vasselin put it deep enough and enough pace on it to make the pass a difficult one for Evans. Not easy, love 30 down. What a second serve that was.
That's where the I formation, that situation really does come into its own, doesn't it? Neal just sending it back where it came from. Who doing the rest?
30-40. Thank you.
The first break point of this deciding third set.
Youth.
Well, Arthur Feast just getting into it a little bit here with Evans. And he's getting a little bit of Birmingham anger.
Fault.
Oh, that is quality!
And Evans' reaction straight to the French team bench there.
Great Britain.
And what a point, as you say, Nick. British team coming alive early in this third.
Neal Skupski doing so well. And now Evans having a word with the chair umpire. Damien Steiner's been on the court speaking to Leon Smith. We're at boiling point here.
Please. Youth.
Pretty good with everything that was going on prior to that point. Well, to stay focused on the job there, Roger-Vasselin. I'm not sure where that intervention from Damien Steiner came from. He's the Thai referee, isn't he? He's just sitting behind the chair umpire.
Advantage.
Again, doing a good job initially with this return. Unable to get in as tight as he wanted, was he, Roger-Vasselin?
Thank you.
Loves it, doesn't he?
Please.
Yeah.
Youth.
Street fighter.
Yeah, the history, a bit of history earlier today, if you weren't with us. Evans beating Feast in the opening singles, and it was a bit of a frosty handshake. There's a replay of that doing the rounds on social media. Feast didn't look him in the eye as they shook hands, and Evans with a sort of a reaction to that, sort of laughed as he turned away, didn't he?
Yep. He's 19 years of age, remember.
Back to the tennis.
Game front.
That is a very good hold from the French under the severest of pressure. Evans having a word with Mahut now. 3-2. 2-1, excuse me. I'm even losing my score as well. Let's have a look at what happened earlier on. This was a little earlier on today. I think he let him know he enjoyed the win, Lee. In no uncertain terms. Nick Lester alongside Lee Goodall here in Manchester. What a day we've had. Into our 9th hour of tennis. And there is still a place in the last 8 in southern Spain at stake.
Love.
What Mahut actually said to Evans at the net there. Just trying to fan the flames. Things a little calmer, if possible.
Love. Love. Game, great.
Well, all 4 first serves made in the game.
2 games all.
And Neal Skupski comes up with a very good one.
Yeah, perfect service game after the drama of game 3 when Roger-Vasselin had to save those 3 break points. So the French will feel that this next service game has come around pretty quickly. All the
Thank you.
Focus on Mahut now.
Love. Great Britain is challenging the call on the right center service line. The ball was called in.
Pretty good from up here.
That's a serve that's good for both boxes. And that always works.
Great Britain has 2 challenges remaining. Let's for service.
May just hit the same spot again.
40 love.
Maybe too little too late in this 5th game, but you never know. These games can turn around quickly. Nick this point, the pressure will start to ramp up for the French.
Yeah, he certainly proved what he can do when he's able to get racket on ball, but he's been handcuffed at times by the quality of the deliveries.
Game France.
And there's the case again from Nicolas Mahut.
New ball split.
41-year-old really has been able to lead from the front here. The French in front, 3-2.
Dan Evans has shot off the courts, so presumably a quick bathroom break. He's got to get back within the regulation time limit for a change of ends, and I think it was Nico Hellworth. I hope he's got his running shoes on because he was trying to catch him down the corridor there. It's the nominated official to go with.
Team to get into right now, isn't it? Evans and Skupski, a preferred pair this week. Evans serving with new balls. Such urgency, wasn't there, to make that a forehand. How hard he worked with his feet here.
So important to get good, fast starts to games at this stage of a match like this. Get yourselves down love 15, 15-30, then it's where
15-all.
life starts to get awkward, particularly when you're serving second in a deciding set, starting to get into that territory. Pressure can build very quickly.
Just looking for that block return a little more frequently at the moment.
Correction, 40-15.
Seventh place for the British pair.
Game, Great Britain.
Closely followed by an eighth.
3 games all.
And Evans brings us back to parity again in this third set as we slip into a third hour of this doubles.
Yeah, superb serve. Incredible angle he created there. Great service game. Not easy to come out when there's so much riding on it and continue to hold to level the scores. They've done a good job so far.
Thank you.
He's made it. Mahut was closing the net down, and that left the room
Love 15.
for Evans to exploit.
Yeah, I thought Roger-Vasselin did a pretty good job with the initial volley, actually. But a bit of magic from Dan Evans here. World-class lob. Remember, it was Roger-Vasselin who came under pressure the last time he served.
Great Britain is challenging the call on the left service line. The ball is called in.
To save 3 break points the last time he stepped up to the line.
$15-all. Great Britain has 1 challenge to win.
Into their last challenge. They're going to have to use it wisely.
Gap was there.
30-15.
Slightly tougher to execute over the highest parts of the net.
I just wonder, Lee, if he was actually surprised he got a forehand there. Roger-Vasselin with a bold play. Got the desired result. Such a clutch volley, wasn't it? Impeccable depth. It's just not really allowed the time to produced the lob on that occasion.
Game France. France leads 4-3.
And impressive from Roger-Vasselin, playing for his country for the very first time this week. His team stay in front. Just going across to the team stringer. Been busy this afternoon. Regripping that racket.
Time.
So Neal Skupski's turn. As we head to the sharp end of this third set.
Notice the French came out of the sit-down with just a little bit more energy this time around. It's been Dan Evans has been charging around this court and bringing that intensity early in games, but maybe they just feel that this stage of this final set with the Brits serving at 3-4, this is the time to start to pump things up. Big reaction from Mahut.
It's amazing, isn't it? When you look at Mahut, well over half his life he's been out here doing this, competing week in, week out. This was such a good junior as well, you've got to remember that. So to still have the passion, there's a fair bit about him as a person.
He's starting to come alive, isn't he? Right now. Seems to be the leader of their team.
Now they needed that. Magnificent first delivery.
Great Britain. 4 games all.
Neal Skupski comes up with the goods when required.
Yep, some quality serving. Well, he found himself in a bit of a sticky situation there. 3 big serves. And Evans cleaning up at the net. And well, it's game on now. Match apiece, set apiece, 4 apiece.
But no peace and quiet in the AO Arena League.
15 love.
Oh, what have we now? 8 hours, just over 8 hours of incredible tennis, really, today. The first match was quite something. Hugo Humbers 7-5 in the 3rd win over Cam Norrie to keep this tie alive. What a doubles we've witnessed. Still no idea who's going to Malaga.
Skupski just had no time to respond to it.
30 love.
Yeah, quality volley at full stretch. Where this bounces almost plumb on Skupski's baseline. Pretty pacey too.
Love. Thank you. Game front.
Well, games have come and gone in this 3rd set at a fairly rapid rate, and that is another very solid one for the French, who move within a game of victory.
Sebastian Grosjean straight to work with his team. Few more words of wisdom to try and get one more game from them. That's all they require to secure their passage to the final 8. Could be a Davis Cup captain, Nick. Exhausting for everybody involved in the 2 teams today. French haven't been to that stage since 2018. It's been a while, so it would mean a lot to them.
Let's raise the roof for Team France and Team GB!
These 2 nations first played way back in 1912. There can have been few occasions where the tie has been quite so tight as it has been today. Dan Evans with the pressure firmly on his shoulders, serving at 4-5.
Oh, that's a tough break for Evans. very little you can do when you've got such little time to react off the net cords. What a start for the French. Only missed 3 first serves in this final set, the British pair.
Love 13.
What a solid return into play, didn't he? That's where it started.
Kept it simple, Roger-Vasselin, didn't he? Before his partner took over.
Thank you. Love 40.
Three match points to send France into the last 8.
Crucially gets the first serve into play that time. The feeling he needs a couple more here.
Let's for service.
Oh my goodness.
30-40.
Nerves of steel to leave that, Nick. Can only miss by what, a couple of inches?
What judgment.
Thank you.
He's missed it. The opportunity was there for Roger-Vasselin.
Yeah, you got to really expect him to get that return back into play. Maybe that with the forehand return, Nick, that gives him a sleepless night here in Manchester later on, but we shall see. Good effort from Evans to dig himself out of an enormous hole there.
The job's not done.
Advantage, Great Britain. Please.
Sorry.
Evans pulls his team back from the brink. Incredible resilience from the man in the moment.
Didn't flinch, did he? Got to hand it to him. We thought we'd seen it all today. What drama in Manchester. What a win this would be for the Brits now if they can somehow get across the line. On we go.
Jack Draper up on his chair, directly looking at Evans. 5 apiece.
This is a challenge now for Roger-Vasselin, because remember it was him who had the most makeable return on the third of those 3 match points, and not easy, is it, to put that sort of opportunity to one side and focus on this service game. See it so often when players have had chances to win matches, especially 3 in a row, and miss them. So often a hangover, isn't it, in the very next game? Not quite put those missed opportunities to the back of their minds and can affect the quality of the tennis. And they're then trying to focus on their own service game.
Yeah, particularly with 10,000 Brits screaming against him right now. Some volley though.
Did so well there, didn't he? It was an awkward position on the court, awkward ball with didn't have too much pace on it. Just had to keep things simple, get it back deep, did it brilliantly. Every single point a roller coaster at this stage. A spectacle this has been today.
It's just looking at the bench, asking for some guidance. They're right on that line, but I'm in the air a little too long from the British perspective.
Game France.
Picking on that back end again. Evans not able to find a return. Steely stuff from the 39-year-old. We're a game away from a final set breaker.
Yeah, hats off to Roger-Vasselin. That was some hold, wasn't it? A real test of his nerve. But he passed the test with flying colours after those 3 match points slipped away. All the pressure this time on Neal Skupski in a few moments as he tries to keep the British hopes alive.
Springer's been busy. Ensure he's regripping the racket. Dan, got those old Torna grips, of course. A magical day of tennis in Manchester. Neal Skupski
Thank you. Ready for play.
serving 5-6.
15 love. All.
This gives the French a platform in this game on one of the first 2 points.
Yeah, and a fair bit of deliberating going on here with Evans and Skupski, more than perhaps usual, as to what the tactic's going to be.
Mahut expecting Dan to make the move there, and he stood his ground.
And he just got a little cramped up off the return, didn't he? Couldn't quite get a full swing at it.
Let for service. Thank you. All.
Having been burnt going to the forehand, Neal Skupski perhaps just looking for a change-up, but Roger-Vasselin's two-hander was right on the money. Gilles Moreton, the president of the FFT, up out of his chair again. 12 minutes after they last had a match point.
Thank you.
They have one again. Ace in this set, and it could not have come at a more opportune moment.
4 match points saved. We're still not done.
What a smash, all things considered.
Advantage, Great Britain.
He was pretty deep in the court, wasn't he? When he made contact with that incredible angle he was able to generate. Don't know when they're beaten today, the British pair. How are they still in this?
Please.
Switching things up. And with the I formation.
Use. Advantage, Great Britain.
Skupski really has served well, hasn't he? Under the extreme pressure out here. Volume of first serves on the big points. You better believe it.
6 games old.
We're going all the way.
Both teams received an additional
2 hours and 33 minutes of the most intense drama. And we've reached the denouement.
What a volley that was too. Some work to do, didn't he? Incredible control at full stretch, incredible hold of serve. Remember, down 4-5, love 40 on Evans's serve. Another match point save, 5-6. Still nothing to separate these two teams.
Even he can't believe it.
Great Britain.
What a start. British team immediately on top. I mean, maybe, just maybe, Nick, it's written in the stars this evening after the 4 match points they've saved.
Could well be the case. For a very aggressive second serve, well over 100 miles an hour.
Goodness me, went close with a second serve.
2-1, Great Britain.
They're trying to challenge the French team. I think they've left it too late.
Certainly was a very bold second. Just trying to get confirmation that it was just inside the service box.
Incredible serve after just throwing in a double fault.
2-all.
Oh, there was some space.
3-2, France.
He just couldn't find it.
Oh, the French did well, didn't they? He was clubbing those ground strokes. No way through.
Can't have been too many Davis Cup days in British history quite like this.
Thank you.
What a point. Evans doing so well
4
initially.
France.
What a lob, Nick. Absolutely brilliant from the French. I mean, as you say, Evans did everything he could. Defence initially, chasing this down. How to get this back into play. And then good composure from Nico Mahut that time. They've got the 2-point cushion.
Pressure from Mahut, wasn't it? The urgency to get back after the smash initially. He knew that potentially there was a ball to go after. Easy when you serve from one end, is it, then to go down the other end? But he actually put in a good second.
Yeah, I think Mahut would probably backed himself to make that, at least force the British team to play a volley. A bit disappointed that he stuck that long. But the French still with a narrow advantage. They've got the mini break. Everybody's nerves in this place completely shredded at 10-10 on Sunday night.
Thank you.
He's made it! A miraculous return from the Liverpudlian.
4-all.
It's one of those that just hung in the air.
Thank you.
Jack Draper liked it.
Please.
Just cannot shake this British team off this evening.
What a test of Nicolas Mahut.
5-4 France.
Respect from the teammates. I mean, every single one that comes back, the next one just gets more and more difficult, doesn't it? The crowd start getting involved, the volume goes up. Oh my goodness. When's this going to end?
Thank you. Please, ready for play.
Extraordinary scenes. It's Evans serving at 4-5.
France is challenging the call on the right center service line.
Yeah, they seem to
The ball was called in.
immediately react in unison, the French team, that this has just swung a little bit too much and missed the centre service line. Yep, they were spot on, so chance here for Roger-Vasselin.
Service.
4-5 second serve, big pressure on Evans.
How they held firm. The first volley was a crucial one from Neal Skupski, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit too difficult for Roger-Vasselin to get much on that shorter ball. It stayed so low. Difficult to be aggressive off that sort of hit.
Thank you.
Can you believe it? I'm not sure we can.
6-5, Great Britain.
How have the Brits won that point?
Thank you.
For the first time, they've got a match point.
I mean, I'm still trying to process the quality of the previous point. The return that Nico Mahut hit, he must have thought he was finally in business. Struck it so sweetly, somehow it came back, and well, we've seen it all, haven't we, today? 4 match points for the French team, 1 for the British now.
It was a lifetime ago that Arthur Feast was out there playing singles, doesn't it? So much has unfolded here. There's still so much to play for.
Great Britain.
As he so often has, Dan Evans created enough space to get enough on the forehand.
He knew where that serve was going, didn't he? On a big point.
Thank you. Please.
It's Great Britain that are moving on to Malaga.
7-6.
The most extraordinary day of tennis you could ever wish to see. And it ends with a victory from the jaws of defeat for Evans and Skupski.
Well, we've all just watched that unfold before our eyes, but I don't think any of us can believe what we've seen. How on earth have they won that match? Remember, Evans serving 4-5, love 40. And look what this sport does to you. Utter disbelief in the eyes of Nico Mahut. Absolute chaos on court. An incredible end to a brilliant week of tennis here in Manchester. What a tie, what a match, what a tie break, what a performance from these two. And they will be celebrating late into the night, you would imagine.
Yeah, I don't think it's unfair to say Dan Evans enjoys a night out. Well, he might well get one, Lee. And goodness me, does he deserve it. What
For Team France, Nicolas Mahut, Edouard, Roger-Vasselin, Anton Fils, Adrien Marina, Hugo Humbert, and their captain Sébastien Grosjean.
Asking the questions.
Team GB. Are we able, some way, somehow, to put into words, Nelly, I'm picking you. How are we feeling?
Yes, I don't know really. I mean, I don't know how we've won that match. I mean, just sheer fight. I mean, Evo, unbelievable performance in the singles to come back after losing the first set and then come out again to play doubles with me. It's an incredible effort by him. And he lives it. Yeah, I mean, first set, it wasn't looking too good. I lost the first 6-1, I think it was. And then I was thinking, probably not going to get picked again. But then we regrouped, took a toilet break, and then, we just fought as hard as possible. Stuck around, Evo saving, then 3 match points in the third set. And then, I guess the rest is history, and we're off to Malaga. Yeah.
Evo, there might have been a few times today, Evo, that I had questions written for your opponent. Did you lose belief at all at any point today with these 2 comebacks?
Yeah, about 6-1 in the first set. I thought he'd picked the wrong team. No, I mean, thanks to everybody, every single one of you. Just thanks.
Do you control your emotions in a match like that? So much pressure, so much on the line. What's going through your head?
I don't think you do you? I think we would.
Yeah, I mean, like a set down, a few guys from the bench said, you know, get the crowd involved. And it sort of turned into pandemonium for me. And then, it's some embarrassing stuff most likely out there. But okay. we're going to Malaga, so it doesn't matter.
Leon, more tactical changes today. We don't find out who's playing until an hour before the match starts. When do you tell the players that they're playing? How long do they have to prepare?
The day before. Obviously, going into the last day, we'd actually made a plan for Wednesday and Friday, the previous weekend, so everyone knew what they were doing, but we didn't plan for Sunday. We obviously had to see how the first 2 matches went, and it was bonkers. I mean, I don't know what I've just sat through for 9 hours, but
we've all sat through it.
At least you've got someone to talk to.